Okay. We've been talking for like an hour and we're just starting the podcast. Do I even want to read this intro? Uh,
There's an
yeah.
intro.
Yeah, there's an intro. Hold on. Okay, let's read it. These days it can be difficult for us to have opening hours. Blah, 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 blah. Us versus them, you versus us, the rebellion, rhetoric, you versus me. Under the banner of
Sell it.
humanity's greatest unifiers,
Bears,
that is
no.
music, we take the time to
Bears,
read the Low
don't
Stakes
even
Lo-Fi
read it. This is how you read
podcast.
it.
Alright, thank you for joining us on Low Stakes.
Thank you.
That was our podcast. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Quick introductory round. I'm Bears.
Hi, bears.
Next.
Go in order.
Yeah, next.
Are we going in order, like alphabetical? I'm looking at this like list.
Yeah, just go in order, I guess.
All right, I'm Christine.
I'm Liana.
I'm Cam.
And I'm William.
And this is the Low Stakes Lo-Fi podcast. How you guys doing?
All right.
Not too bad.
Pretty good.
Gucci.
All right. So before we get into things, usually we like to kick these podcasts off with a concept instead of an actual topic discussion. So today's concept, if you all would indulge me, there's lots of movies out there, and there's lots of books, lots of comics about aliens invading Earth. But I want to think, what one trait or weapon or plan would aliens need to defeat the human race?
God. Black Friday.
just Black Friday.
I'm just picturing all of the mass chaos on a Black Friday. I'm like, that's all they need. A free-for-all sale. Everyone will go crazy and kill each other.
Maybe in the US.
It would just we
Yeah.
just kill ourselves, Battle Royale style. You know that's not bad. That's not bad.
Kingston style.
I was thinking like nuclear resistance or something.
I was like a disease, like a smallpox maybe. I don't know. But Black Friday. No, you know what? Turning human greed.
We are our own worst enemy.
Yeah, against us.
Yeah.
Would be a very effective thing.
As if you're like lazy aliens.
Yeah.
Let the humans do their work for you.
I don't think they have to do anything, honestly.
Yeah.
I think we're about to destroy ourselves anyways.
Yeah. Maybe they've been playing the long game. Like, maybe Ford was an alien and he invented cars to... so we, just gas ourselves out over time. It's an effective plan. What's it been, like 60 years and we're already this far in?
God, all that CO2.
What if Albert Einstein was an alien?
Explains why he's so smart.
It makes sense.
And that's why we have nuclear weapons.
Ooh. Deep. It's that hair. That hair is just, secretly covered. It's secretly part of his alien body.
Yeah. It's almost like cat whiskers, the way it functions for him.
It's all of his separate antennas for communicating back to the alien species.
I was really hoping you wouldn't say that, because that thought disturbs me. The thought of just a bunch of antenna. So many of them that
Guys.
they're tangled up like that.
What if hair is actually antennas?
Oh man, we've had evolution wrong all this
Aw.
time. We evolved from ants, and these are non-functional antennae. I'd want some antennae. You could probably get great Wi-Fi reception.
I appreciate your good use of plural antennae.
Yeah. We gotta try to be grammatically correct if we want this podcast to go anywhere in life.
Get a bunch of hate.
Because that's what the people care about, is Are you still grounded?
Actually, it's antennae.
Is it
Cameron,
nuclear or nuclear?
It's.
Did you say?
Yeah.
I feel like you said the same thing twice.
Yeah.
Or
didn't
did
say
I?
nuclear.
Yeah,
You're
it's
supposed to
it's
say, is it
nuclear or
nuclear?
nuclear.
Oh
I'm
god.
pretty sure. Well, it depends on what you're referring to. I think. Like,
What?
isn't the cell like nuclear? And if it's like nuclear power, you're saying nuclear. Is that not right?
Nuclear comes from nucleus.
Wait. Yeah,
Right.
what she said.
Oh,
Which- So they're the same.
they're the
the
same.
same.
You're right. Yeah, I should have known that because as thoughts is the nuclear.
I just remember there was a
Anyway.
big like thing about Bush saying nuclear
Yeah.
instead of like something else, and everyone was like getting on his case.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Our new clear weapons.
Nuclear.
It's transparent.
Made of glass.
Cameron, what was that?
Easy to
thing
clean.
I was
All
was
you
so
need is
upset
Windex.
about. You were like your essay topic. I need you guys to settle
Oh
this.
yeah.
Cameron wrote an essay, and the essay was titled "The Effects of Children with What?"
Children born with autism spectrum disorder.
The effects of children with blah 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 blah. The part that we're concerned about in this is the effects of children. That's grammatically incorrect. Right?
Effects or effects?
No, not that. No.
What?
The title
Where are we
is
going?
The Effects of Children, not the effects on children. It's the effects of children with this.
Oh, I thought that's what it was confusing because I thought that she was saying the effects of people with autism on something else. or
Exactly, right?
something. Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't write the subject.
I know
just wrote the
you
essay.
didn't, but you argued for the person who did, and I was so upset with you.
Because I had already written the essay on what I interpret it to be, so
Now I'm incredibly confused about what this essay is actually about.
It's about the effects, and that's what I was saying. I was like, you're writing an essay about the effects
of
of children with autism on who? On what?
how it affects us.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
super general. I was like, how do you
Exactly.
talk about that much shit?
Yeah, the effects of children with autism on the world.
Jeez.
No, it's supposed to be the effects on children. But okay, I'm glad we got that one put to bed. Thank you for that.
Put to bed. I'm gonna use that now.
I love colloquial terms like that. Jay
Dude,
called
my
me out the other day.
parents-
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, my parents, because they're not from the U.S. They're like immigrated,
Mhm.
so I don't know a lot of, like I didn't grow up with a lot of those sayings.
Mhm.
So like, there was a lot of times where people would say that, and I thought, like one of my friends that I was trying to hang out with said that we needed to have a rain check, and I was
Oh, yeah.
super confused. Like, it's not raining. Like, we don't need to check on that.
I had someone say to me, they were confused because they didn't know. I said we need to put a moratorium on that, and they were like, "I don't know what that means at all."
I actually have not heard anyone use that a moratorium on.
Yeah, it just means stop it. Just shut it down. Put a moratorium on that. Yeah, I love those kinds of terms. But Jay the other day called me out for saying youch. He says that I say youch instead of ouch, and I didn't notice it, but I guess I do.
Yeah, it sounds like something from a cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
Something
that's
like
the whole
Sylvester
thing.
the Cat would say.
Exactly. I started saying those kinds of things because me and my friends in high school, we started saying like things like zoinks and jinkies. And
Oh
we-
jeez.
yeah, we were saying it
I would
ironically.
have gotten away with it too.
Exactly.
Kids.
But we were saying them ironically, and then I said them so many times ironically that now they're a part of my actual vocabulary. So,
That's how
so people
The
can
joke became the reality.
yeah, people could come with me with legitimately bad news, and I'll be like, "Oh, zoinks," and that's like not how you're supposed to, it's not how you're
God.
supposed to react.
Oh.
My dog died. Oh,
Oh,
jinkies.
jinkies. It's actually there's a spectrum. It's from like the bottom, like Zoinks is like at the bottom, and then there's like Jinkies, and then it works up to like Jeepers. Like Jeepers is the big one.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You haven't made it quite there yet, have you?
No,
Jeepers.
no, I've never said
Creepers.
Jeepers.
Oh my gosh.
When you say Jeepers, you gotta mean it.
Do you guys have like a favorite, like colloquial term?
God, there's one that it took me a long time to understand. You can't have your cake and eat it, but in
Oh,
order,
yeah,
I
my
always figured in
grandma
order
used to say that all
to
the
eat your
time.
cake, you had to have cake to begin with.
Yeah. Well, it's like you can't.
Exactly.
It's like the principle is you can't say you have cake and also be eating your cake, because then you don't have the cake anymore. You just ate it.
True.
But you want to
Yeah.
have the cake. We've talked about this, I think.
We
before,
have.
Christine.
This is the one I've always brought up. I'm like, but you have to have cake in order to eat it.
Yeah, but then it's also like the reason you want to have the cake is to eat it as well. So it's like you win. You get
I
the
hate that
cake and then you eat it.
I think it's a silly expression.
Yeah, I agree.
Most of
with
these are
that.
silly expressions.
Hitting
I like
the road.
hitting the road. Yeah.
Do you actually go out and hit it? Make sure it
Like
works.
with your bare hands.
I like even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Oh, yeah, I heard that one.
It's like if you say like, it's typically about someone who has at least in the political atmosphere we live in, there's like people who typically have these bad opinions on things, but every once in a while they'll actually say something correct or intelligible, and it's like, well, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I've
Yeah.
only heard the literal use of it because we have a lot of broken clocks in our office.
Oh, really?
No, I actually was like, oh yeah, I've heard that actually really recently,
No.
and then they threw it away. I didn't know the
Oh.
metaphorical meaning.
Yeah, it's a metaphorical saying.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They have that in Sweden, William.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
knew
should talk
s-
about some of the
Yeah,
phrases.
yeah.
in
Give us some of those.
Like the most famous one is probably like, I don't know how to exactly translate it. It's, if you would translate it like word to word, it's like being gone is good, but home is always the best. I know. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, like it's
What
nice to
about
be on
the-
vacations, but it's always like the home is always gonna be the best place.
What about Jätterum?
Oh, that one. Good one.
Isn't that just a swear?
No, it's
You cursing on my
in
podcast,
Swedish,
Liana?
finns det-
No.
in Swedish it's finns det hjärterum så finns det stjärterum. And if you would translate it, it basically means if there's like room, like people translate it for jokes as if there's room for the heart, it's room for the butt. And
What?
what it means is that like if there's love, like if they love you, there's always gonna have space for you here. Like if they want you to be here, there's always going to be space for you to like be at the party or at the table or whatever.
Mm.
I get it.
So
I could
Yeah.
picture saying that to someone, like, "Oh yeah, join our table. If there's room for the heart, there's room for the butt.
yeah, exactly.
Sit down."
That's great.
That's basically what it's used for. But it's always like it. If you don't explain it and just translate it, it just sounds really weird.
Mm.
Really funny. Like most of them rhyme in Swedish. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's. If
What
it's the
is
same in the
the?
US.
I don't know why I know this. I'm trying to think of the English equivalent, but I know it better in Swedish. It's like Ula Dula Dof. What is that?
Oh, that's like.
What is it?
Oh, what's that called? Oh my gosh, what's? Can't think of the.
I learned it from PewDiePie as a kid, and I
Yeah.
just
PewDiePie.
yeah, as you do.
What's the?
And I can't think of the English equivalent because I never said it since then. I like. Eeny,
I know
meeny,
there's
miny,
an
mo.
English-
There it is.
Yes,
It's eeny,
exactly.
meeny, miny, mo.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the same thing, but just translated, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't really know. Yeah, exactly. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh, I found it on Yahoo Answers. God.
Monkey Pond.
Doodle doodle
Yeah.
Pinky lane
Kinky
coffee
Danny, Binky Danny.
Yeah, it's
It just
weird.
it flows so much better in Swedish to me.
You know it better in Swedish than in English.
Yeah, I used to know the Pokemon theme song in Swedish better than English because for the same reason.
Oh,
Nu tänker jag
gotta catch
göra
some
det.
more.
Gotta catch some more.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was.
That's
I
what
didn't-
it translates.
I didn't know that was the
to.
translation.
Yeah, måste få unga fler.
Nu tänker
Gotta
jag
catch some more.
det allra bäst. That's great. Gotta catch some more.
It's so Swedish. Like you don't need to be the best.
Yeah.
You just gotta do
You
okay.
don't gotta catch them all. Just catch some more. All right. We spent like 2 minutes on the concept and just talked about sayings for the rest of the time. That's fine. So the first topic that I wanted to get into, would you guys rather live in a world with or without pyramids?
What?
Pyramids,
Which
like
really-
the one in the
Yeah.
ones in Egypt.
So this kind of ties into what Christine said about like the perfect alien plan is like human greed and the ability of us to defend or to destroy ourselves. So would you rather live in a world with or without the pyramids ever having been made?
I like the pyramids.
I don't think they've actually affected me that much in my life.
Well, no, not in our lifetime, but like the general flow of the world, like in history. Would you rather live in a world
Yeah.
where that much suffering had never occurred, or would you prefer to be here where the pyramids do exist, but you know?
Well, I believe the aliens built the pyramids.
Oh, so it doesn't
Oh
matter
my
for
god,
you
it's too
either
much
way.
Stargate for you.
Doesn't matter for you either way.
Sorry.
You just
That was a joke.
I don't know.
Then what's the alternative? Like, is there no civilization? What?
well,
how do they
there's
live?
there's no pyramids. There wasn't that time of like
So like no
immense human
slaves.
suffering and slavery, and
Yeah.
Then how did they live? Like,
presumably peacefully.
I don't know. I feel like I guess on the concept wise, pyramids were like this. It's not something they had to build. They built it for their dead. It was like a
Yeah,
temple
no,
almost,
They didn't
like an ostentatious grandeur.
need to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every society has that kind of
it's
like.
true.
Why did we build a big bowl in New York?
But we
Did we
didn't.
really need that?
But we didn't like force people to do that. I mean, of course, you know, America had slavery in the past, but I mean, like, as far as things that just went completely without any practical use, the pyramids, not that they didn't have any practical use, but like they were exactly as you said, ostentatious, like this big. The pharaoh was just like, "Hey, I want to have this thing," and they're like, "Okay."
It's hard to say because I feel like even though obviously it's all awful the suffering that they went through, like it also teaches us that not do that shit.
Yeah, exactly what not to do.
Would everything be the same except we just wouldn't have pyramids?
That's something that I've had to think about, and I'm not sure. I don't know if the question goes that deep into
Because I
it.
don't think it would be.
So a lot of
But
us.
if
Ladder
it was,
If no slavery had occurred to build the pyramids, and like the world was more peaceful in general, I think for sure I'd say no pyramids.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
question is really just relating to the pyramids alone. So
Did Were the pyramids built with a lot of slavery? I did not know that.
Yeah.
They're
Ex-
they're paid with like.
exclusively slavery, in fact.
Yeah.
I remember like in this like kids civil like mythology book that I read or whatever, they're like paid in beer and bread.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think there is paid in like beer.
No, they had to lug these hundreds of pound rocks up the pyramid
Yeah.
every day and stack them one
Yeah.
at a time, and yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
My stance on this one, I think I'd have to say I'd rather live in a world with the pyramids because even despite the suffering, there is another lesson that this like we can get from the pyramids, which is that like despite the suffering that was involved, like it shows what humans can accomplish if we had to work together. Which is exactly what spawned my question about like what trait would aliens have to beat humans? Because an entire planet of humans working together on one accord, I feel like would be pretty scary.
Yeah.
The power of the collective.
But nope, you just gotta make some cars. Just make some gas boys.
Yes.
Guzzle out some CO2.
Yeah.
And they make me feel really bad about my car.
Well,
You should feel
you
bad about your
should.
car anyway.
I think we should all feel bad about our cars.
That's why I don't have a license.
Liana knows
No,
my
it's
car.
not.
Same
I was gonna
here.
say that's why. Listen, William, as someone who doesn't have a license, that's not why I don't have a license.
You don't have to expose me.
You didn't have to say anything. Listen, you did that to yourself.
You can just believe me.
He just cares about the environment, okay?
Yeah.
I am an environmentalist, and that's not why I don't have a license. You can still drive an electric car, William.
Yeah. That's true.
Did you guys have any topics before I get to our next one? We're moving fast today.
We're speedy.
Yeah.
Lightning McQueen.
I am speed.
Or on speed.
I'm speed. Alright then. So, you guys had some time to prepare for this. But what is the cringiest thing you ever did as a kid that you can remember?
That I didn't remember?
That you can
You
remember.
can remember.
Huh? I feel like the cringiest things as a kid are things I remember very well. And
That's
I'm
what
like,
I'm
I'd
saying.
never
What-
want to
what
do
can
that
you-
ever again.
What can you remember? What was the cringiest thing that you can remember that you did as a kid?
God. Where to even pick? Yeah. Like, I have the full plethora of all the stories. Awkward falls, peeing in your pants.
I can. I mean like. So here's mine. Growing up on the internet, you gotta start somewhere. And for me, I started playing video games at a really young age, but like I mean at a really young age. So people would say things like LOL and XD, and I didn't know what they meant. But for some reason, I took offense to them. I thought they were insulting me. So, so anytime I was playing like StarCraft against someone, and they'd say LOL, I'd be like, "You LOL," I'd say, and I'd say like, "You XD," and I'd get super mad about it because I didn't know what it meant for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I had to have someone say to me like do you know what that means? And I was like yes, and then later I privately messaged him and I was like I don't know what that means. So yeah.
I had that same thing when I was on. I spent a lot of time on Gaia Online. I don't know if anyone knows what that is.
Oh,
Oh,
Gaia
yeah.
is.
I'm-
I remember that.
I absolutely
I
don't
spent a
know.
lot of time on that as a kid, and people would say BRB, and I always thought that it was like burb, like
Yeah, I
like a
thought that
burp or
too.
something.
Yeah.
And I thought it was something like kind of rude. So I thought people were being rude to me when they said BRB.
Yeah. I also thought, yeah.
I remember I'd be like, what does GTG mean? Everyone would be like, noob, noob.
Noob, yeah.
On
I think that's
RuneScape.
what,
Oh yeah.
I think that's what started, like, made me think that anything someone says is just being mean. Is because I got called a noob, and that. I saw somebody call somebody a noob in League the other day, and it made me actually laugh out loud, because
It made you
People-
LOL.
yeah, it made me LOL. Because I don't know how disillusioned you have to be to still think that maybe to some people the word noob still means something, but I don't know. I feel like if you're calling someone a noob, you're the loser
Yeah.
in this day and age.
No, you're the noob. I remember there used to be like a difference between what like NEWB versus NOOB
Yeah,
meant.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
God, I feel old.
I think
Yeah, we're
NOOB
old.
was worse. Noob, NEWB was like, oh, that's just a new player. But NOOB meant like you were bad.
Yes.
You're a dumb noob.
Yeah, exactly. In Call of Duty, if you use certain guns, they call it the noob tube.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
I remember that.
It was the
Were
same
you-
on Halo, I think.
Were you a sprayer?
I was not a sprayer. I was a camper.
Oh god.
Yeah. I like.
Yeah, I'd be
camping.
like be that dumb Leroy Jenkins person who just runs to the door, spraying in random directions and just dying. Still getting like sniped instantly.
I was a camper in Halo because as a kid I really liked the way Halo looked. I liked the environment. So I'd find my favorite spot and people would try to kill me. And I'm like, why are you trying to kill me? I'm just trying to have a good time over here. So I accidentally became a camper because I just wanted to spend time in my favorite spot.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a nice way of describing a camper.
I was young. I didn't know.
It's just little did I know it was a natural choke point.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, who's that guy over there? He's really holding it down. I'm just like, I want to look at the flowers here. Please leave me alone.
Those
Take this grenade for
pixelated
your
flowers.
troubles. Yeah.
Hmm.
Halo was one of
Awkward
those
stuff.
games.
I loved Halo.
All of my like shooter games are on the PC.
All my friends, as a kid, were like, they were saying like Call of Duty was the infinitely superior game to Halo, and I always knew in the bottom of my heart I was like, that's absolutely untrue. Call of Duty is garbage trash.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
As Jay would say, doo-doo garbage.
What do you think is like the better environment? Like I guess like the online environment.
Halo.
Yeah.
I think pound for pound Halo is better. I always have. People will be like, "Oh, but it's so unrealistic." But it's like I have so much more fun when I play Halo, though.
You play games so that you can have a realistic time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when do I go home from the war and see my kids and film a
It's
video of
basically-
surprising my kid at school? When does that happen for me as the Call of Duty player? No, it doesn't happen. Okay, then I'd like to just shoot aliens, please. Thank you.
Thank you, please.
At least you can get to the point of shooting aliens. I would just drive the warthog around in circles, being like, "Oh, what the fuck am I doing?"
Beep 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 beep.
Running
But
over
yeah.
my own team members.
Another reason Halo was better than Call of Duty's the vehicles, and the weapon variation, everything, the map. I just loved it.
I used to play like the old Battlefield games. That was probably my area.
I think I only ever played Battlefield Bad Company.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was like a campaign game, right?
Yeah.
Ah, old school, 1942.
Quake. I had Quake in Unreal Tournament. I was really bad at those. That's another thing I did. A cringy thing I did as a kid was I accidentally swore in front of my uncle for the first time, and I was like
Oh.
sweating as soon as it happened because we were playing Halo together at like a family gathering. And my uncle got a rocket launcher and shot me, and I was like, shit! And then, you know, he's sitting right there, and like I immediately started sweating, and I like my heart, like my chest got tight, and I was like, I'm in trouble, and then he didn't even say
Did he even
anything.
do anything?
No, nothing happened.
Because he's your uncle.
Yeah.
He's like, good job, kid.
It's like teaching you worse swear words.
I always kind of like figured the uncle person would be the one to like, you know, get me like, here, I'll sneak you some alcohol, you know, when you need it, or like that kind of stuff. Like the
Yeah, my aunt did that. My aunt gave me a taste of a margarita as a kid.
it's good.
Wow.
Just a little sip. Oh man, the cringy. All of my cringy memories that are like coming back to me now, for some reason, are all related to video games. I don't think I did anything else
I
as
was
a
just
kid.
thinking about that.
I don't think I ate. I don't think I slept.
All of mine are social situations because I was like good with the video game stuff. It was the like the school environment, you know.
Oh, I wasn't cringy in school because I didn't interact with anyone in school, so there was no way to be cringy, you know.
Still
God,
accomplish it.
I'm so jealous. I wish I didn't do anything cringy in junior
Go
high.
on,
Come on, tell us.
share.
Yeah. Me too.
I don't want to.
Tell us, tell us.
Tell us.
Well, in junior high, I went through a lot of stages. Like, first I was like trying to be preppy, and then I was trying to be like skater, and then I was trying to be emo, and then I was trying to be like a scene person. That was all in like 2 years, 3 years.
2 weeks.
I would have loved to meet Skater Liana.
Well, everyone just called me a poser a lot, so it's hard times for me.
Well, I mean,
Cute.
to be fair, it seems like you were. I think you were a poser.
But can you skateboard is the question.
Yeah.
Skateboarding isn't hard, so of course I can skate.
I beg to differ. I was terrible at skateboarding.
Yeah, I
was
can't skateboard,
great at Heelys though. I did so many tricks.
but I can
with
rip
Heelys.
stick like a pro.
Ripstick? I don't know what.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Ripstick,
what's
that's
ripstick?
the real deal.
Get on my level, bro. It's the one that wiggles.
Yeah,
Oh god, those things.
those are amazing.
Oh,
She can
I
do
always-
those hit movements.
I always thought these were inferior to Heelys. But then again, I thought everything was inferior to Heelys. I was just like, this is the best. I can be walking and then I can be
Heelys
running.
kid. Oh my god.
Yo, I'd be a
So
I've
much
never had a
sense.
pair. of
Liana,
Heelys.
if there was a pair of Heelys that fit me, I'd be a Heelys adult. So don't even try me.
I'm kind of picturing right now. I'm picturing like one of the gorillas characters just like sitting with his like just healing around with his
Yeah.
hands in his pockets, just
Oh
like
my god.
Oh, that music video is so good.
Yeah, exactly. So don't fucking judge me before.
Those are roller skates, okay? Those are
Whatever.
not Heelys.
Functionally the same, except I can wear them indoors. There's no downside.
Yeah.
I thought
Oh my
Toby Turner
gosh.
was like my hero as a kid because he was an adult
Oh,
that wore
yeah.
Heelys.
Toby Turner.
Well, then you can probably find some Heelys.
I don't
gotta
think they
look that
produce
up.
them anymore.
They have to be like specially made or something.
I think
Find
I've
them on
seen
eBay.
some Heelys.
Listen, I just googled adult tin Heelys. That's
I'm
Men-
looking it up
Probably
right
do.
now.
Honestly, they probably do.
men's 10 to 11. Heelys.
Probably not that easy to find, but
No, but it definitely exists.
Yeah. I think
Everything exists nowadays. No way.
I'm looking up pictures of Toby Turner now.
What?
Oh, talk about cringy as a kid. Memorizing every one single of Tobuscus' songs and singing it loudly. That was me as a kid.
It's awesome.
Use- God.
Um,
That's
One
so
time,
many cringy
me and
moments.
my friend made fake MySpace profiles and pretended that we had like emo boyfriends.
Oh, I couldn't even make a real MySpace profile.
I envy you.
I was
oh
like-
my god.
I was like, I'm not old enough. I can't do it. I'm not old enough. I do remember being ahead of the curve on Facebook though. It
Oh,
was,
same.
it was like 4th or 5th grade, and I was like, hey, because everybody was talking about MySpace, and I was like the one kid who didn't have a MySpace, but I was like, I've got a Facebook though, and kids were like, what the fuck even is that? And I was like, I felt so bad.
You're like, I'm the reject kid.
Yeah.
Until like 5 years later.
Then Facebook
Yeah, I
blew
was
up,
in-
and I was like, I'm done with. Ooh.
Man, that would have been a good time to buy Facebook stock.
I visited Jordan
Yeah,
when I was.
when I was 13 years old. Yeah, I would buy some
Yeah.
Facebook stuff.
Use that lunch money.
I visited Jordan in 2012, and Facebook was like really big there, but it wasn't in the US. So like, I got a Facebook just to talk to my cousins and stuff,
Mm.
and then it just blew up out of nowhere.
yeah.
I'm gonna try and see if I can find my old Facebook profile from when I was a child, because I know there's got to be some cringe on there.
Oh, you just,
Oh
you just keep
god.
using it?
I was gonna say I still have my old Facebook account. I haven't. made
Yeah.
it.
If I scroll back, it's really bad.
The pictures just get progressively worse.
Oh man.
No, like the posts. I post the dumbest shit when I was
Yeah.
little.
I remember
Oh.
because I was still obsessed with. I mean, I still am obsessed with Glaceon, but I would like make Glaceon my profile picture and post a bunch of Glaceon art that I could find on the internet.
Please, yeah.
And I made Facebook quizzes.
Wait, you made?
Oh.
Oh yeah. I made tons of
Oh, wow.
Facebook quizzes as a kid. If I find the
Yeah.
profile, I'm gonna take one.
I can't wait to see this.
That's the great thing about the internet, is that everything stays. Everything stays.
Let's see
That
how
really-
far
that
back
great.
I can scroll.
Man, I actually used to post things other than pictures on Facebook.
Yeah, I remember I stopped posting things on Facebook because knew that if I did, my brother would like put a comment that would make me feel bad or something. So
Oh. Well, so does anyone have? Are we all just looking at Facebook?
Yeah, we're all looking at Facebook now. And then in true Facebook fashion, I got distracted by other things.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Facebook.
All right, new rule: no Facebook during the podcast. Jesus, I forgot we're doing a podcast.
Just had to bring up like Facebook.
Yeah.
Of course.
Any other cringe stories?
Well,
I know you've got them.
I feel like I have to share since everyone shared them.
No.
Spill
Two
the
people.
beans.
I guess I could talk about my weeaboo phase in middle school. I feel like
Ooh.
everyone's probably had one of those.
Yeah. I haven't
But
gotten
yeah,
that
no, I was
one.
looking. I was
Yeah.
trying to get becoming an exchange student, and then I'd wear my hair. I'd try to wear my hair like a Asian person, like a full Asian person,
You are
Like
an
over
Asian
my-
person.
like an eyes, like like have like the hair over my eyes or whatever, but like an anime character.
Like, I was trying to wear my hair like an Asian person. You are an Asian person.
No, I'm not. Apparently, people think I'm Mexican.
Really?
Yeah, all those good things. Wearing clothes my mom made for me because she likes to sew.
Oh,
In
that
middle
sounds
school.
nice.
Yeah. So people ask you why you're wearing corduroy pants.
First of all, if your mom can sew corduroy pants, wow, what a talent.
They were purple. They were god awful. I don't know why I wore them. They didn't match with anything I
Because
had.
you're supporting your mom.
Oh.
You were a good kid.
Yeah, she was cheap and wouldn't buy any other jeans for me, so.
Do you have like a vivid memory of being
I don't.
like little?
Sorry, I don't want to expose. Just real quick, I'm still on Facebook. I don't want to expose this person, but I still have friends, or still have friend accounts of people I added as a kid on Facebook, and I'm not gonna put their name out there, but part of their name is Vamp Kitty, like Vampire Kitty. So
Okay.
that's like
Nice, nice.
that tells you that's sort of the atmosphere of Facebook from back then. Like everybody was, everybody was into
Vamp
vampires.
Kitty?
Everybody was into cats.
I feel like my username on all of my games are still like from my RuneScape era.
Oh man,
Forget.
RuneScape.
Mm.
I was too poor to afford RuneScape.
What do you mean afford it?
It's
Listen.
free.
Listen, RuneScape is supposedly free, but everybody who had anything in that game was just like they had money apparently.
It's $5 a month.
See, that's money.
Like I think you could find $5 worth of change just like walking along the sidewalk.
I don't think you could. That sounds like an endeavor.
I was so gullible. I did dishes every day, like for $5 a month for my parents to pay for RuneScape.
Dishes
I didn't
every
realize
day.
it was a ripoff.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize it's more like you should be getting $5 a week for that kind of labor.
Mm-hmm. This is something that like I think only Chicago or like kids who grew up in the ghetto would understand. But I didn't have an allowance, and I didn't do this until I grew up who they were. But there were these people, these fine gentlemen, as I knew them as a child, who hung out in the parking lot adjacent to my grandma's apartment building that she owns. And we'd go over there as kids, me and all my cousins and friends, and we'd like hang out over there and talk to them every once in a while. And they'd like give us money to like go to the store and buy stuff, like snacks and stuff. So I didn't have an allowance, but I had that, and I didn't learn until years later that they were drug dealers. So yeah,
Oh boy.
What?
yeah, I grew up with the drug dealers, like genuinely good guys, just kind of hanging out. And every once in a while they'd be like, "Hey, come over here," and we'd go over, and they'd give us money, and they'd be like, "Oh, get yourself something," and then we'd go to the corner store and buy stuff.
Dang.
I have
Wow.
I have no ill feelings about them, you know. But
Chicago,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Damn.
just that Chicago
That's
lifestyle.
I have a similar experience.
See.
Wow.
So this is a low stakes PSA. Fully endorse your local drug dealers today. Send your children unattended into their arms.
Drug dealers aren't the same these days.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Not when I was a kid.
Everything's changing. Drug dealers just ain't the same.
I love that whole like when I was a kid, my drug.
Yeah, but it's true. They were like elderly, not elderly, but like middle aged, like kind of gentlemen. Like they weren't these dudes who sag and hang out on the corner. They were just like kind of high end drug dealers.
Yeah.
High end.
And yeah.
And they'd be like breaking out 20s for me and my cousins to split, and we'd be like, what?
Jeez.
Yeah.
There used to be class to this industry.
Exactly. But I mean, if you think about it, there really used to be, like the American gangster, how it's changed over time. From the prohibition days of organized crime, where everyone wore suits and things. Now,
Yeah.
Now that's just
It's all
like,
about that Armani.
yeah, associated with the mafia now. Is like that's the only class of gangster we have anymore that's like got any style or taste. For
I wonder
legal
if there really
reasons, that's
if there
exact-
really is organized crime like that anymore.
uh, El Chapo.
Well, I guess yeah.
Like I feel like the
I just don't
cartel is
picture-
all there is anymore.
I just kind of picture them wearing. I can't picture them wearing suits.
Oh no,
Maybe
I don't
Panama hats.
I don't
but-
think so. Organized crime today wears Vans and white beaters.
supporting your American businesses.
Yeah, exactly. Just look at Walter White, you know? So,
I used to think he drove around a Prius. I didn't realize it's a different type of car.
Prius.
Yeah, I thought his car was a Prius.
What even is his car? Oh.
It's crappy.
It looks like a
Well-
Prius. It's a Forza Motorsport.
An Aztec? List of ugliest vehicles ever made. Huh.
So did you guys have any topics you wanted to discuss? What happened to MusicBot?
Yeah, I don't know. He
Left
left.
a long time
I
ago.
don't know. But I never heard the music to begin with, so.
I summoned it and had a whole playlist. This can't be.
Oh, I know why. It's because I turned him down all the way.
It's not low stakes without lo-fi music. It's just been stakes.
But was it medium rare or just well done?
Medium well is how I like my steaks.
Boo!
Medium well? That's like great.
Boo!
It's still
Medium
juicy.
rare.
It's not no.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I like to taste my steak.
You know,
Thank
Ashton
you.
liked her steaks rare.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Rare's good too.
Better that
No,
than well
what
done.
is wrong with you? I didn't say well done. I said medium
No,
well.
I know. I know. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry if I like my meat to be cooked.
For me, there really is no difference between raw and rare.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how I like my
It's
steak.
like she just wanted it to not be cold, and then she'd eat it. That's kind of how she liked her meat.
I need to know that it once was meat. There still needs to be blood dripping on it.
Oh no, I can't
Thank
do
you,
that.
Christine. You're a reasonable person.
Oh my god, are you serious? I think Rhythmbot's not working because of Discord.
Uh,
That's weird.
I really have to go to the bathroom. Hold on.
No,
I'm not allowed.
who does she think she is?
There you
Asking us to hold on while she goes to the bathroom.
Yeah. I'm not holding on to anything.
Exactly. My hands are open.
Yeah.
Lo-fi hip-hop radio. Beats to relax or study to. So I was wondering, what's like the definition of lo-fi?
Oh
Like
man.
on the music. I listen to more like house beats and stuff. So
Lo-fi, I think, is classified first of all by the tempo of the music, and definitely the tone. But I don't know like what you'd say. Like, I guess most people would say hip hop, but there's a lot of lo-fi that isn't hip hop. Like there's a lot of lo-fi that's jazz as well. So I think it's really just got to do with tempo and tone.
You think it's more like a mashup of like your classical instruments with like a slow beat?
Yeah.
Like it's more relaxing, I guess.
Yeah. It's definitely relaxing music.
Because it sounds like elevator music on steroids. I mean,
I
like,
think it would be like
or
elevator
maybe-
music on
maybe
like
not
on the
speed-
opposite of steroids, like on like
oh god, elevator music on weed.
Depressants.
There,
on some form
there,
like
elevator
on
music on
NyQuil.
weed. I could get into it.
It's my favorite music of all time. And next comes jazz.
Kind of just go through phases. But I think right now jazz is at the bottom for me.
Really, you don't like
Sad.
jazz?
I like swing, but
Well, then you'd probably love jazz.
I don't know. Like it seems a little bit slow for me. Like, but then again, the music I tend to listen to more like upbeat, like gotta go get him kind of music.
Mm.
Christine literally listens to everything. Like, I've heard people say like, "Oh, I like every kind of music," but no, they're lying. Like, Christine likes everything.
Except for like some country and sadly jazz.
Oh no, all
I know.
country.
I'm sorry, but I can't listen to too much of is it Toby Keith or Keith Toby?
I don't know. I think it's Toby Keith.
He has like two first names. I always get them mixed up.
Isn't that always wonderful?
Can't trust someone who has two first names.
What about Kendrick Lamar?
Exactly.
Untrustworthy.
I'm not kidding.
Exactly.
I feel like there is certain things about people that you don't ever trust. Like certain types of mustaches on guys. You look at them and you're like, nope.
It's kind of sad that, like, that instant look at them, like, you made this life decision, you
Yeah.
obviously are not trustworthy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought neckbeards were cool.
Mhm.
I was watching I went to an Indian friend's house after I went hiking, and they were watching 50s Bollywood movies. And just the style, it was like a mashup of like Indian culture with like 50s hair, like Elvis Presley hair, and like the very thin mustaches from like the 30s. And I was just like, no. Instant Grease like look right there.
Ugh.
How did people find that attractive back then?
One day we'll look back and wonder why anyone thought our style now was attractive.
Yo, high-waisted jeans though. High-waisted jeans and shorts.
Yeah.
Leggings.
But someday we're gonna be like, oh, why did we do that? It was stupid.
Stupid.
There's always
Like,
something
actually-
Shall we
looking
wear
out.
our blue jean turtlenecks?
The weird styles that we used to wear. Did you guys ever get in that thing where they put the rooster feathers in your hair? Like they would braid it in your hair?
No,
What?
I've never
That must have
had
been like, I remember there was a thing in high school. They would
I've
get like
never
the,
heard of that.
maybe just in SoCal.
What's it called?
I gotta look it up. But I thought it was in the news about like, that so many people were getting that done to their hair.
Mm-hmm.
That
it was in the news.
Yeah, that was in the news about like rooster feather hair extensions.
But I think sometimes like the news doesn't get like the youth and they think that something is a trend when it's not.
Back in 2011. Yeah, that was definitely high school times. A trend worth killing for. Oh, thank you, PETA. Thanks to the latest fashion trends back in like 2010.
The
Thousands of
latest
roosters are
fashion trend.
Thousands of roosters are being slaughtered each week so that girls can fasten the fowl's plumage to their hair.
For when you said, I thought you said foulest, and then I forgot that fowl is bird, and I was like, foulest plumage, huh? But, yeah, fowl.
Clever.
What do you think was like a weird fashion trend that you guys got into?
A weird fashion trend that I got into.
Yeah.
I remember everyone had those hats that were like that go over your ears and then had fur on the inside. And everyone back in like 6th grade had
Yeah.
those hats.
I know what you're talking about. I know
Wait,
what you're talking
what?
It's
don't
the hats that
understand.
like
But the thing about
I don't
those
know how
were
to
I lived in
explain them.
Minnesota, so it wasn't really a fashion thing. We just had those all the time. Because they're practical for keeping warm. I didn't know what snow pants were until I moved to Minnesota. Where we had songs
Wait.
about them.
You moved to Minnesota?
Yeah, I lived in Chicago until I was 8, and then I moved to Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Snow
Minnesota.
pants. Do 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 do.
Minnesota.
Ah yeah.
They have such a different accent there. It's like practically Canadian.
Going out on the boat today. The boat.
Go cook up some brats.
The boat. Yeah. Brats on the boat. I'm like overtuning it, but yeah. It's weird to actually meet people there who speak like that. Like for the most part, it's something we slip into. It's not an accent we just permanently have. Like you'll catch yourself saying it like pronouncing words
Yeah.
like that every once in a while. But then there's these few people who really do talk like that consistently, and you wonder what's happening because it's not how the majority of people sound.
I had a coworker from Wisconsin, and every so often when he'd get excited,
yeah.
he would he would slip into it and start saying water weirdly.
Oofta. That's the thing in Minnesota that I still don't. I never caught on to that. Or I guess that's like just upper middle west. Like also Wisconsin is oofta. See, this is why we need the music. It's so
To
good.
just appreciate
Yeah,
the silences.
exactly. This is actually a new playlist to me. I've never heard this one, so I'm really digging this. I'm gonna have to add it to my lo-fi stuff.
The
I think-
the embarrassing moments thing made me think of the in psychology class we talked about the earliest memories that we had,
Mm-hmm.
like the various earliest memory that you can think of, and like traced it back to like how that says something about you as a person and stuff.
Mm.
Thought that was cool. You guys remember your earliest memories?
Yeah.
Not
I
at
was
all.
thinking about that as soon as you said that. And it makes
Want to
sense.
Share.
One of my earliest memories.
Your earliest memory, like the earliest memory you could think of.
It's so strange because I don't know which one of them is earliest. I just remember
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
a series of early memories. So, let me think.
What about you, Liana? Do you have one?
I have really bad memory, but the earliest memory that I have is being in preschool, and we were having like lunch, and I remember thinking like, I don't like peas. Like peas are gross. But then I stepped back and I was like, wait, I've never actually tried peas. And so I got it anyways. And then I tried it and I was like, no, I don't like them.
I was expecting that to have a different ending. Peas are gross. Wait, let's try them. No, these are gross.
I was right. They're
Mhm.
gross.
I knew peas are gross. Why did I even do that? Yeah, I've got so many early memories, but it's like a lot of them are jumbled, so I can't tell which one is earliest. I
Yeah.
think one of my earliest, like, as early as I can remember, maybe, was getting tickled by my mom.
Oh.
Mhm.
Aw. I kind of realized like my early memories was kind of like a theme between them. Like memories of like I'd fall asleep watching a movie with my dad when I was like 3 or 4, and then I'd wake up at like he'd leave for work at like 4 a.m. And so I remember I would stay up afterwards and just watch Lawrence of Arabia.
Around that same time, I remember, I used to do this thing as a kid where I'd go in the bathroom, I'd turn on the shower, but I wouldn't get in. I'd sit in the corner and let the bathroom steam up. It was like I was making myself a sauna. And that's what I'd do, and that's like how I'd like to spend my time alone. I was already
Future sauna owner.
Yeah, I was an introvert from the beginning. I was like, I'm tired of these people. Let me just go hang out in here for a while.
Instead of chilling, you were steaming.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I know, dad jokes aplenty.
I can't say I'm a steamy guy though.
Steamy guy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, I mean, as a kid, I like to go in the bathroom and I'd steam, so I'm steamy? Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
William, don't you have a memory?
No, seriously, I can't think of anything.
Anything.
No.
Just from being a kid.
I don't know why this is the thought that occurred when you said I can't think of anything, but my immediate thought was that's because your brother and your sister, the twins, are aliens and they've been absorbing your memories.
Definitely. Like I don't like have a memory like that. It's just like I remember like walking outside of my house or like I don't know. Just remember seeing the house for the first time or like seeing the woods for the first time or something like that. But nothing like I don't know. Not like remembering eating peas or anything like that.
Have you guys ever cried out of happiness?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, only
I laugh.
once.
I cry when I laugh a lot.
I think that's normal
Yeah.
for your eyes to tear up, or do you like just bawl when you laugh?
I do that a lot. I definitely do that a lot.
Cry when I yawn, cry when I laugh.
We
What?
never just like been like a little like felt tears coming when you're happy.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I've only ever cried from happiness one time, and it was from a dream I had where I was playing tag with these 3 girls, and I think I was like a kid, but it was outside the house that I lived in Minnesota, and I was just playing tag with these 2 girls. Got no idea who they are, and for whatever reason, I woke up crying, and I was like so happy in this dream, and then I woke up crying, and I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Whoa.
And I have no
You're
clue why.
Were you happy or sad when you woke up?
No, I woke up with tears already streaming down my face. But in the dream, I was laughing and having a great time. I was extraordinarily happy. and I woke up and I was like, and I was still feeling like happy, like my brain was coming off of it, and then I touched my face, and it was like I had tears in my eyes. I was like, what the hell? Like I have no clue what happened.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I really just want to play tag.
That must be it. Yeah.
I really like tag, you guys.
You were sad to wake up.
Mm-hmm. When have you guys cried from happiness?
I guess for me, it'd probably be like if someone ever does something really nice for me. I don't know. When people surprise me with their kindness, it makes me tear up
Yeah.
a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah, same.
I have such low expectations of people that I'm constantly surprised.
It's
with
hard for
kindness.
me to display my appreciation. Like even if something like there's been times where people do something like that and I appreciate it so deeply, but it's hard for me to like emote that. And I feel bad because like I want that person to know how much I appreciate it, but I don't know. It's just hard
Yeah,
for me to like
same.
put it out.
Same here, definitely.
I think it must be a girl thing.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if you just that. Oh, I love this song. If you're just that overwhelmed with like emotion, like that you're so happy, like how do you not? Like when I went skydiving, for instance, like that was the happiest feeling ever. Of course, I'm gonna be overwhelmed with emotion when I cry.
I wonder. Oh god, this is a morbid thought. The moment your chute doesn't open, does your like super happiness get replaced with extreme fear?
Well, you got the backup. Shoot. Did you
Well, that
try
didn't happen. So.
I'm just thinking though, like how that would feel to go from extreme like happiness to extreme
Yeah.
terror.
Don't you skydive with like
Yeah, you have backup.
no, but don't you
That's
skydive
just-
with instructors who like if your chute doesn't open, they get to you or something?
Well,
usually
like,
you're strapped to them, right?
yeah.
Well,
if
that's
you've never,
one way, yeah.
if you've never done it before, if you haven't had classes and stuff and been trained for it, then you have to go with someone strapped to you, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought there was like a thing where like if you're skydiving and like your chute doesn't open, like they send you with people just in case something like that happens, and then like try to get to you and use their chute. Maybe I just
I
made
don't
that up.
know.
I don't know.
I mean, you usually, like, when you skydive, you do it with other people, but they're not close enough to you, I don't
Yeah.
think, to save you.
Yeah, I think maybe
Kind
I
of
just
scary
imagined.
thought.
Hey, but if you
I mean, it could be
skydive,
true, and I just didn't know.
if you skydive and your chute doesn't open and you live, you get paid. Statistically, it's against you, but hey.
Don't think you're gonna survive that.
Some people have.
In King of the Hill, she survived.
remember hearing
I
that.
don't mean in King of the Hill.
The highest altitude that someone survived dropping from was like 30,000 feet. I think. From a plane that fell out of the sky.
That's so ridiculous. How do you survive that?
I've been
So she was
ziplining.
destroyed.
I've been ziplining 20 feet in the air, and I didn't want to fall from there.
Oh.
30,000.
You're supposed to aim for trees, so you know you can break everything on the way down.
Yeah, but where I skied though, it was like in the valley where it's just like a bunch of farmers, like a bunch of farming fields and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't have been an option. Yeah, I don't know. I used to have like no fear about that stuff, but now I kind of do. So maybe I don't know. I would go again.
Fear is just experience, I feel.
I'm scared of some shit that I've never experienced. I never want to experience. Certainly, as a kid, I never experienced return the slab. That scared the shit out of me.
From Courage the Cowardly Dog. For those who don't know.
If you're listening to Low Stakes and you don't know what that reference was to, what are you doing here? This podcast appeals to a very specific group of people.
You have to be a Courage the Cowardly Dog
Yeah,
expert, okay?
you have to be a fan of Courage the Cowardly Dog. You've gotta love Tag. You've gotta love Lo-Fi, and
I love Tag.
I'm glad you didn't say jazz.
That's why our viewership is only like 3 people per videos, because only 3 people can relate to this podcast, and that's the way we like it.
And that's the people that made the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. This podcast is for
Rewatching it
us.
to see how this is how it sounds edited. Thank God they took that part out.
I only edited the last one because there was like a section where Jay had to like talk to his roommates and stuff. But besides that, we try to remain genuine.
Raw, unedited.
Yeah.
Unfiltered. Non-censored.
I don't know about unfiltered. I've got several filters. Thank you very much. And the director's cut of Low Stakes. 3 extra minutes.
Should do like the voiceovers, like the intro voices for
our
like
podcast.
shows.
Oh.
Yeah, for shows. And now, brought to you live from Fox.
Fox, CBS, Hulu, and Nickelodeon.
There's that one guy who does on YouTube
Honest trailers.
honest trailers.
Yeah.
Make me think of that.
I get so upset about the horror movie trailer voice. I get unreasonably upset about the way advertisements play out, because I hate advertisements in the first place. But if they're bad, I hate them even more. So any horror movie where the guy says because that's the only thing that they say. They get this guy with the same voice to say the title of the movie at the end of the horror movie, and that's the trailer. It's like Pet Cemetery, and then they show the fucking logos. You know what I'm talking about? I hate that.
Pet Cemetery. Didn't spell it right.
Cause like, I don't know, trailers used to be so good. The trailer for
Were they ever?
Alien.
Did they?
Yeah. You guys ever seen the trailer for Alien?
No.
It's really good.
Oof.
No.
I feel like the big purpose of advertisements is to grab your attention.
Right, but like you could do that without explaining the plot of the
Yes.
movie, and you could do that without
Yes.
like doing Pet Cemetery, Suspiria, Annabelle. I don't need that. I didn't need that. I can read.
But there are still some good trailers out there. It just sucks that you never know. Like, is this gonna expose the whole movie and make me not want to see it, or is it gonna be a good trailer?
Yeah.
And then action, or like not any action movie, but like I think just most movies, they have the rest. Like 90% of the trailer is regular. It's like setting up, trying to get your interest, and then there's that one caveat where at the very end someone's got to throw a joke in there. And it's like, I didn't. Why? What was
You
that?
just
for?
ruined it.
Yeah, you ruined everything you built up just to have this one-line joke that's not even gonna be in the movie because it's a trailer joke.
Yeah.
You know, like when they make those trailers where like they're building up the hype for it, but none of what is actually in the trailer is going to be used
Yeah,
for the movie.
that I'm not so upset with. I actually think I prefer that. Trailers where like the content of the trailer isn't really in the movie. Of course, you've got to have like a good amount of it that has to be in the movie, but not all of it has to be. I think the trailer can sort of stand on its own to give you, to get you interested, which is why I hate like the way trailers are made now. You don't have
I was
to show me
watching
the
that.
whole movie. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying I was watching that Game of Thrones trailer where they're all walking down the, I don't know, the that all buried in. Sorry, Liana, I know you don't watch, but I was like, there's no way this scene is in the film. It's way too like theatrical for a movie, I guess.
Yeah. TV show trailers get it the worst because I feel like cutting movie trailers has become so formulaic, but cutting TV shows trailers for them, like they don't really know what to do. So it's bad in a different way. It's like, since there is no formula for how you should present your TV show to get people interested in it, some people try to like make it seem the same as a movie trailer, but it never really works because I don't know.
Have you seen the new Stranger Things trailer?
Yeah, I have.
What?
I think it's a really good trailer. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's good. But even there, Stranger Things trailer has that little moment at the end where she's just like, they do their handshake, and she's like, "How many kids do you hang out with?" It's like, but I didn't. I get it. And you know what? Because we love Steve for that reason. He's
Speak for yourself.
He's the dad of these kids. Liana, don't you do it. Don't you say you don't like
I'm like
Steve.
the only person that doesn't like Steve.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Wait, Steve?
Oh, the mom, Steve. He's
Oh,
alright.
Steve.
Steve.
Thank you.
Steve is great.
I'm happy for people to say he's alright.
I fucking hate
got-
Nancy.
He got better.
He was never
Yeah.
bad. When was he bad?
He was always
Yeah,
a
he was.
He was
douchebag.
kind of a prick in the first season.
Why? Because
He was a huge prick.
he was. Listen, he was
Proportional to the size of his hair.
See,
They
anybody
actually-
who
but they-
styles their hair like
no,
that can't
Steve
be a
in the
good...
Steve in the first season of Stranger Things was basically Zuko in Avatar.
No.
Like, he was
You
in-
cannot do
Don't
that
do
to
me like
Zuko.
that.
You
No,
cannot.
Don't do me
Really,
like
it's true. Go back and watch the first season of Stranger Things, and
Oh,
you
hell
understand Steve so much more as a character because he's got this girl that he likes, and he's like trying to be like captain of the basketball team, and there's this guy who's like fucking with him all the time, and he doesn't even like people like, but he was mean to Byers, but like if you look at those scenes, Byers seems like a stalker, like he's really always around
No,
him and
I
Nancy.
agree.
And he like and he's like trying to have a good relationship with Nancy, who's the worst. Nancy is trash. And he's just a normal guy, and he's got the regular pressures of life, and this guy is stalking him and his girlfriend, and he's like, what is he supposed to do? He's not an angel. I don't think Steve's a saint in the first season, but he's not an asshole.
He's a prick. One.
He's a prick.
He's alright.
Who's Steve?
Oh,
I've only seen the first season of Stranger Things, though.
See, now,
He's
if
the
we...
love interest of the sister. Like, that's...
Oh,
Of Nancy.
yeah.
If we were
Gets
making...
bad grades and it has cool hair. Bleh.
If we were making a movie trailer, when William said, "Who's Steve?" just now, that would have been the moment at the back end of the movie trailer. He would have come in and be like, "Who's Steve?" And then they cut the trailer and they're like, "Pessimistic, low stakes, and this summer."
God.
Oh, that's so true.
Who is Steve?
It's exactly every trailer.
Ugh.
He was a kid who grew up with drug dealers giving him allowance money. This summer, bears.
Yes.
coming to a theater.
The
near
movie I
you.
want.
Would you guys watch
Give
a
me
movie?
all my money.
Would you guys watch a movie of your life?
Of my life?
Mm-hmm.
That would be excruciating.
Yeah, no.
That'd be so hard to watch. Oh my
Uh,
god.
God, how long would it be?
This is so that it's a 2-hour movie.
Like, does it say the end of my life or my life up until
No,
now?
it's just your life up until now.
No.
I think that'd be too heartbreaking
Or-
to watch. I don't know.
It depends on like what parts of my life they show.
I'd watch it to see what they put in.
I'd make someone else watch it and tell me how they'd rate it on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I wouldn't let anyone else watch it. It's for me. You
Yeah,
don't
might
get to
actually
see
be
my
right.
movie.
I would
Those
create
excruciating
it.
moments.
Yeah.
Other people watch too. Oh
That time where I tripped over my shoelaces and fell in a puddle, you don't get to see that. That's me. That's for me.
Is that your most embarrassing?
No.
Sad thing is, my most embarrassing things have been seen by other people.
Oh.
That's why they're embarrassing.
Oh god.
My insecurity about my shoulders when I was like 10. You don't get the. That's me. You know, that's for me.
Security at your shoulder.
Yeah, I
What's
hated.
wrong with your shoulders?
I hated showing my shoulder. Don't. You can't ask a person who used to be insecure about their shoulders, what's wrong with your shoulders? See, this is not how you do it. No, I don't know why. I honestly don't know the actual reason, but as a kid, I didn't like showing my arms or my shoulders.
I didn't like showing my arms either, though.
That was something I had to get over.
Like, I grew out of it. I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, same here.
They get
I went to
hot.
the gym more.
Short sleeves are best.
I didn't go to the gym. I just kind of was like, all right. Going to the gym would have been a better option, sure. But lazy people gotta have a way too, so
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, sure, okay. What's everyone's favorite movie? Do you guys have any favorite?
Happy Feet.
And I
Aw.
don't know why. Happy Feet is
Dancing,
a fine.
singing
movie.
penguins.
It's fine, but it shouldn't be anyone's favorite.
It's mine. It's my favorite.
Penguins.
I like Hot Rod.
I don't even know what that is.
It's Andy
I
Samberg.
think car. Oh.
Oh,
The Big Lebowski.
It's on my list to watch. I haven't seen that one yet.
Dude Abides.
I think Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got a new favorite. In like my, I'm trying to round. I guess I'm like trying to round out a top 5 favorite movies list, and I finally got number 4, which is this horror movie called Suspiria. Yeah, it's great.
Suspiria.
Why is it so great?
Suspiria. Who's Steve? Suspiria. It's just a fantastic movie. It's like fantasy horror. It doesn't even. It's not the conventional kind of horror movie you see in theaters, but it's amazing. It's a technical, not a technical achievement too, but like the actors. There's so much that they need to do. I guess I'll just say there's a lot of dancing in the movie, and they're all amazing dancers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is there penguins though?
No, there's no penguins. But above Suspiria is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and
Oh yeah.
Fantastic
That's a good
Mr. Fox, and then like Koe no Katachi.
Yes.
Only movie that's ever made me cry from sadness was Koe no Katachi. The only movie,
Same here.
or no, the only TV show that's ever made me cry is Steins Gate.
need to look that up now. Koya?
Koe no Katachi.
I
Yeah.
don't
You
Silent
just tell
voice.
her the English name.
Oh, a silent voice.
silent voice.
And how do you spell it?
Yeah, I just watched that for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Oh, how'd you like it?
The shape
It was
of
good.
voice.
I just didn't
The shape
expect
of your voice.
the pacing. Weird. Like I thought the way plot was kind of weird.
Well, that puts a moratorium on our friendship, so...
I said it was good. I just
No, I'm
didn't
joking.
seem kind of like slow and just a weird plot.
She at least started to cry in one of the scenes, so that's good. Or
I'm
it's good.
trying my best. She's trying her best. Leave her alone.
The only movie that's made me cry is called Wolf Children. And it's not out of sadness either, it's how beautiful it is.
Oh.
That's why I cry.
What is...
Yeah.
Oh man, there's this one anime film that like looks so photorealistic to points. Me and Jay watched these together, and there were points where we like couldn't tell that it was drawn. Like we thought maybe they had put photography in there because it's so beautiful.
Your name? I don't know if that's...
I think maybe that is it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they have like some really, really realistic animation. Or like some scenes, sometimes.
No, it's not this. No, it's even more than that. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, because it did, like, it's really realistic, but I don't think you would think it's a photography in that
No,
anime.
no.
Ooh, it's a new moon tonight.
The Garden of Words
Ooh.
is absolutely the single most fantastic looking animated movie I've ever seen. There are these shots in there where it's so photorealistic. I can't even like describe.
Oh.
Wow.
Besides the visuals, though, it's just a okay movie.
Yeah.
But I think that's like, I feel like that's what they were mostly focused on. So, like this is one of those shots. This is an image from the movie. Sorry for podcast listeners. Oh,
It's very green.
I put it in the wrong chat, but
Did you put it in music pot?
I did.
Oh my god.
But like that's drawn, and it's just one single frame in this whole movie. This has definitely been the worst low stakes podcast of all time. No.
Damn. Well, for a while it was only stakes and not even low stakes.
Yeah,
so.
you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, you
And apparently
have
well
that.
done. So
this is our most medium well podcast we've ever had.
our last one was rare.
I thought you were saying this is our last one.
I was like, wow, that ended very quickly.
Yeah.
I'm retiring from the podcast.
Yeah. We're breaking up. Thanks for coming to our
We have
TED
too many
Talk.
differences. Can't
Mhm.
handle anymore.
Yeah, we didn't even do any like debates on this. What did we talk about? Like the
We just talked. We like educated each other
yeah.
on different things. That helped.
It's supposed to be a podcast where we discuss topics that we might not necessarily see eye to eye on and then try to find common ground. But that didn't happen.
Well, you see, you didn't do your intro correctly.
The biggest
so...
thing we disagreed on
Oh.
is Steve from
I'm passionately
and I think
I
I'm,
can.
arguing for that.
you'll say it now, but back when we talked about it, I think you understood my point of view, so I'm giving myself a point for that. So,
No, I did not understand your point of view. I thought it was stupid.
oh wow. I thought it was stupid and you're stupid.
Conflicts
and I'm
are being
leaving.
created. She's like, you want debate? I'll debate.
You know what? I know what we can debate on. I think we'd probably all agree who's the best character in Avatar, but
Oh,
who's
Here
the
comes.
worst character from Avatar, the first series?
Oof.
hmm.
The worst character.
God, I like them all. I like the whole gang.
I'm trying to think of like side
I
characters.
didn't really like
'cause-
Suki that much, but she was still pretty boss ass enough, and like,
Real quick, before we get
Real.
to the worst, because I already know who I think is the worst. Who does everyone think is the best? Because I think it's tough.
Oh,
oh, easy.
I think it's Zuko.
Also acceptable.
the cabbage guy. My
Acceptable.
cabbages.
Also acceptable.
Probably tough.
I also like Toph.
I think the worst is Katara.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah,
She's the mom of
Unpopular
the group.
opinion,
I
or-
know, and that's why she's the worst.
Everyone needs a mom.
But she's strong and passionate.
But she's not a mom because she's also just a kid. I don't know. There's so many instances where I feel like I dislike Katara, like getting on people's asses when she also, like that shit about Jet. She wouldn't listen to Aang about Jet, yet she expects everyone to listen to her automatically about things.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think she's a flawed character, but I still like her.
I don't think she's flat. I just think she's the amethyst of the legend.
Oh my
Avatar: The
God.
Last
The
Airbender.
amethyst.
I think she's and no, I don't think she's as bad as amethyst. But I'm saying if there were a translation, she'd be the
Huh.
amethyst.
Uh,
I didn't know that was an expression. I actually really like amethyst.
Really? Oh, you.
Yeah, what's wrong with Amethyst?
Yeah,
Oh.
you can say she. God.
are you talking about Steven Universe?
Yeah.
No, I mean Christine.
What?
Amethyst from Steven Universe.
Oh, I was thinking of amethyst the gem.
Oh, the stone? No, amethyst is
Yes.
perfectly.
We don't got nothing against the stone. Come
Yeah,
on.
no, that's an expression.
I
Everyone.
was
Amethyst of all the precious stones, amethyst is the worst.
I was like, it's pretty common, but don't hate on it, damn it.
No,
It could be
no.
worse. It could be quartz.
I meant
Fucking
amethyst
everywhere.
from Steven Universe.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, another show we feel very passionately about here. So here's you gotta love Avatar, Steven Universe, Lo-Fi, Tag. Obviously you gotta know how to pilot a helicopter, bioengineering. Gotta hate movie trailers. have to love Steve.
No,
Yeah.
you're the only one that loves Steve here.
This is the most niche podcast that's ever existed.
Okay.
Wait, but I didn't get to hear everybody else's thoughts on the
Right,
worst
yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Definitely not Katara.
It
She's not the
definitely
worst.
is, and I'll explain it after you guys say yours. I'll explain it in further detail.
We'll
I
go on,
can't really
Rihanna.
choose.
It's
I
hard to
guess
pick a worst.
Fire Lord Ozai.
You can't.
Yeah. it is. Yep, I'll pick the villain.
You can't.
I mean,
even-
Azula and Zuko are like such amazing villains, but like Ozai.
Yeah, Zuko is like, God, the Darth Vader of the Avatar universe. Like, you hate him and like, but you can't help but love him. You know, even though he's the villain.
Mm.
Then Azula too. I love her. Oh my gosh. But there's nothing to like enjoy about how they represent Ozai. He's kind of one-dimensional for me.
You know, that's kind of harping on this thread for the last time. That's the big difference between Avatar and Steven for universe. Is that in Avatar you don't get the Ozai and Azula forgiveness, give them a hug scene. But even though you feel sympathetic for Azula,
Yeah.
they're not forgiven.
Yeah.
Because they were terrible people. And then
Yes.
you've got these space Nazis.
Wait, why are you bringing
They're literally fascists.
you're bringing up Steven Universe?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm harping on this thread for the last time. But, and he's just like, give him a hug. And that's really, that sums it up. So that's the last time we're going to mention that show. I promise.
Okay, but then, William and Cameron, what do you guys say?
I don't know.
Is it Katara?
So we've got Ozai and Katara.
It's not Katara.
Between
Yeah.
Ozai and Katara, I feel like that's a loaded. You can't put those two together and have me expect to argue it. But you know what? I will, because I think Ozai is definitely a better character than Katara.
What?
Yeah,
He's so flat.
he may be a one-dimensional baddie, but he is really good for the story and serviceable to the story in that way. Like, in the end, Aang has to confront him, even like if he doesn't want to and he doesn't feel like he's ready. Like, he's an objective for the entire group to overcome. From the very beginning of the series, it's like, oh, you must defeat the Fire Lord. And they set up him as like this guy who has to be beaten, and by the end of the series what's at stake, and he's like a great villain. He's just a great villain, so he's a great character. Katara, though,
Okay, listen, but what I'm hearing is he's a good story, like, a good way to
Plot.
drive the story. He's a plot device.
mhm.
He's not a character. Like, Katara is a character. She has character, she has
But I'm saying
passions
who's the
and-
worst character in like, as in like, who's the worst character that is involved in the story?
Like if you were to pick from the main gang.
We don't necessarily have to. I was.
I
Kinda
mean, if you're
thinking
gonna
you
limit
guys,
to that.
I was kind of thinking you guys would, because I did. Yeah, if you have to pick from like the main cast, like
Okay.
the furthest you could go, I guess, is like Suki and Ty Lee.
Yeah, then I would say probably Ty Lee.
I knew I should.
still like her.
I knew I should.
Well,
Ty Lee.
You're implying that there's something bad about the first
Well, I was
like Avatar, and I decided there's nothing bad about it.
No,
This is
like, I
great
have
show.
to
there's
pick.
I
nothing
agree.
really bad about it, but I
And
think...
I'll just pick Korra.
There's nothing bad about
Korra
the
It
last
doesn't
Airbender.
exist yet, but she is the worst character.
Yeah.
As the gleam in her dad's eye, I pick her.
Somewhere out there in the last Airbender, there is like a background character who would give birth to Korra, and that's the worst character. Those
No,
poor
but listen, I didn't
parents.
say Ty Lee because you mentioned it. I was actually thinking Ty Lee, but I was like, no, there has to be worse character than Ty Lee because she's a good character. Still.
I still feel like Katara is worse than Ty Lee.
I don't get it.
Ty Lee's not a hypocrite. Ty Lee doesn't betray her values. Ty Lee, as a matter of fact, Ty Lee's a fucking boss. She stands up for what she believes in, and when it comes to it, she fucking delivers. She's a bad guy, sure, but like, isn't she just a great bad guy?
I don't know. I don't know
Well, I
about
definitely
that.
like her more than who was the other like minion? Was it May?
Yeah.
May. Zuko's
Yeah,
girlfriend.
definitely liked her more than May.
Yeah,
The
May was
silent
great.
emo.
I don't know
girl,
if I'd
guess.
consider May to be. I guess. No.
That much character.
You gotta cut May out. Sure, she's Zuko's girlfriend or whatever, but you gotta cut her out. Am I alone as being one of those people as a kid who really would have liked Ty Lee to be involved with Sokka?
Actually,
I did not. see
yeah. I kind of, cause like, wait, she kind of teased him a little bit.
Yeah, she like
I
flirted
remember.
with him and stuff.
Yeah, like when she was kicking his ass, and he got a little bit like,
Mm-hmm.
huh.
That was his first like, oh, girls are capable moment. And then Suki kind of compounded on that.
I thought he met Suki first.
Did he? He may have.
Yeah, cause she like kicked his ass in that like city or like
Sokka
when they
gets his
first started their training
Sokka gets his ass kicked by girls.
all the time.
He doesn't have his last name. What are their last names? I was gonna book in that, but he doesn't have a last name.
Non-bender.
Non-bend. Sokka non-bend. Katara Waterbender.
Water Tribe.
Aang
Southern
Avatar.
Water
Toph Beifong. She actually does have a last name.
Oh yeah.
I actually
Yes.
really like her daughter.
Toph's daughter?
Yeah.
What is her name? Yeah,
That's
she's-
not Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No,
Sorry,
but she's a
okay.
great character. She is a great character, though.
Oh, they're making a live action remake.
Oh great! I love another live action remake.
Netflix
Please don't
is,
animate
yeah.
scenes that I haven't seen before. Please just remake them.
Netflix
Thank
is
you.
making a live action remake of Avatar.
Yeah, and they won't say shit about Zuko's mom, will they?
I love that. On
Liana,
Wikipedia, it says
you gotta let
No,
it go.
never letting go. Never letting go.
Of what?
You don't leave on a cliffhanger and then never explain it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's in the
cliffhanger
comics.
of
Fuck
exactly, that's what I
off.
said.
Fuck
And
off.
it's not like an old
You don't
comic.
leave a cliffhanger
I
and
read the
say
comic.
read the comic. You don't leave a cliffhanger in an animated show and then say read the comic.
Except that they did, so what? You got no
That's-
choice.
Nope.
Liana,
But I'm
why don't
saying-
you just become a fucking executive producer, get yourself a team of animators, and animate the last season of Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Sounds easy enough, right?
List of characters.
List
I
of
need to find out if they have last names.
What if it was like Katara Water Tribe in the? Okay, listen. If I type in Avatar
Katara
characters, you don't
Southern
give
Water
me
Tribe.
James Cameron's fucking.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, Aang's first name
No one
is.
thinks of James Cameron's movie when they think of Avatar.
Aang's first name is Avatar. You know.
Avatar Aang.
Aang Avatar.
Nice name.
Mr. Avatar.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and it's like Toph is the only one that has a last name.
I'm pretty sure it's like a point of status, because she came from like a rich family, so they actually have last names. But then again, Zuko
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
either.
Yeah, Zuko doesn't either. That's true.
Lin, that's her name, Lin. Lin's great. I'm more interested in Lin Beifong's father.
Who was that? Actually, for a while though, when I think about it, I thought there was a thing between Sokka and Toph.
Really?
Yeah.
I did too.
Never saw that.
Toph, when she like got rescued by Suki that one time, she was like, "Oh, Sokka, you saved me," and immediately goes for the kiss.
Yeah, but Toph had like a crush on her, but it was never like never showed any interest in that.
Damn, I can't find last names. Ugh.
There's so many theories of like trying to guess who Lin Beifong's father is, and like they like
His
take
name
these
is Kanto.
right, but they take these showings of characters and like they'd put Lin's face next to the character's face, and they'd be like, look at the similarities. But there's this one where it's like Lin next to Azula, and it's like, guys, Lin's dad is Azula. Here's the proof, and it's like them making the same facial expression. So yeah.
That they literally are Azula.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of wondering now if there ever were any like good, like good animated series or movies that were made into live action that actually turned out all right.
I can't even think of any animated shows that were made into live actions right now.
Hmm.
I feel like there's like kind of
Death
a lot
Note?
of movies. Did you say Death Note?
I said that.
Oh no.
That's a great example.
Oh no.
It actually ended up great though. I don't.
Well, see, like Edge of Tomorrow is based on a manga, but it was never animated, so.
Ah. I think.
Dora the Explorer.
Oh God.
I think Ghost in the Shell was okay.
I never saw that. Like, I never saw the live action one.
Oh, and Kim Possible.
No.
I just thought it was weird that it was Scarlett Johansson.
Whoa,
Yeah,
Old Boy was based on a. Oh, it was based on a manga.
Yogi Bear was made into live action.
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo boo.
It's a classic. So the reason Katara is the worst character on Avatar: Last Airbender is because.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's like I got caught up in looking up Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
She's not.
She
Period.
is. She is.
Because someone was gonna have to play that role somehow. I think the concept of what Katara is like kind of like the I don't know the kid that had to play grown up a little bit more, but still kind of fights with being like a kid, even though they feel like they have to be more like the person taking care of everybody because they're the oldest, or you know,
Yeah.
mom left them in charge,
Yeah.
but they still want to have fun. And so like that's that conflict, you know, like I don't know.
Yeah,
And of course,
her
you
mom
know,
was,
bossing your young kids around and all that stuff like that.
her mom like passed away and she had to like take on that role. For Sokka.
I figure it's just part of the whole Gaang. There had to be someone that was gonna like, I don't know, be that mom or take care of person figure. So I'm glad they didn't make her like an actual mom, you know.
Freud would like to have a word with you,
We'll
Aang.
find her.
Thank you for laughing, Christine.
I get it. I get it. Okay. Your little Oedipal
Mhm.
complex there.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't really talk about Aang's background.
Wait, why is there an Oedipal complex?
Well,
I'm
they're
confused.
monks, so they don't
Oh,
really.
because she acts like a mom to Aang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're monks, so they don't really do the whole parental stay attached to family thing. But we don't really see any female airbenders in the original.
I mean, there are no airbenders, but I thought there were female airbenders, and
But we didn't
The
see
There
them.
were. Like you see some of the statues of the previous avatars
Yeah,
were like
yeah. Yeah, one of the previous. Yeah, there was a female airbender who was an avatar.
I remember seeing like little, like, kids that were girls that were playing their
Really?
airbending powers.
In like
I
Aang's
thought I remembered.
flashbacks?
Yeah, I thought so.
As far as I only recall boys.
Yeah.
I just made me remember Aang growing his hair out.
I remember that as a kid when that was like a big development for me. I was like, whoa.
I was like, oh, shave that thing.
Oh, really?
It's the equivalent of a person like growing a bad mustache.
I
Just
didn't understand time skips as a kid. So when Aang woke up and he had hair and he was like on the ship and everything, I thought I'd missed like a season. Because it was like the episode before that, he gets struck in the back by lightning. And then I was like, oh man, that sucks. And I gotta wait for the next season. Then next season starts up and he wakes up in the ship. And like, they explained it, sure, but I was fucking young and dumb. And I didn't understand things. So I didn't realize that like time had passed and they were in the Fire Nation now. So I just thought that I had missed a bunch of
What?
episodes. Yeah.
But I was like 11 or something when I was watching Avatar.
So I would have been either 10 or 9. I'm not saying it
I
was the
was,
fault
like,
of the
in high
show.
school.
I was
No, I was thinking like for you, like
yeah. No, I was just very dumb.
as we all were. And still probably are kind of.
Huh.
Much to learn.
Yeah.
I hope someday to see another animated series like Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yeah.
I feel like I could come back to that and still watch it.
Or I rewatch
Like, as an
it like
adult.
once a year.
The cool thing about having a bad memory is that you can rewatch things pretty fast.
Oh man, there's so many things I wish I could experience for the first time again.
One of the lines from Castle, that TV show, is he said like his wish was to be able to read his favorite book for the first time.
Oh, what a sweet wish.
I feel like I would wish then, if you're gonna wish that every time you read it was like the first time. Damn.
Well, then you'd never remember and appreciate the story.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man, Them Chicago sounds.
Someone's car.
Yeah.
I feel so
Oh,
bad
this-
for you living by the street.
Yeah.
Well, I figure you have to be close to a street somehow.
Yeah. Even if I weren't, you'd hear trains. I'm surprised you guys haven't heard any already.
I just hear honks every once in a while from your end. Bow, 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 bow.
Oh my gosh, it's so late. I'm so tired.
Oh yeah, what time is it there?
12:40.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
What time do you have to be at class, Liana?
Whoa, what? Jay!
Hello.
Someone joined.
Oh, alright.
Believe me, just someone joined. I want to sleep.
Am I allowed to be here?
Well, do you like Avatar? Not
Do
like.
you like Stranger Things, Avatar, Lo-Fi, Tag? Can you fly up a helicopter? Do you know why?
Oh my god.
Do you hate movie trailers?
What?
There's a lot of- And there it is. Cut it off, and then low stakes. That's our trailer.
I thought this would be a
That really-
debate thing.
Did I really just come at
usually
the
is.
tail end of this? Is this all ending right now?
You are at the tail end
I
of
don't
it,
know.
but
Oh wow.
we didn't really debate anything today. We just kind of talked.
Do you have something to debate before we leave, Jay?
No, I just want to relax.
Oh man, boy, did you miss out then.
Yeah.
It was pretty chill.
Mm,
Didn't do anything.
Good vibes.
that's awful because that's all I wanted. I've just been working and running around, wanting some low stakes conversation.
Well, sure, I'll give you a synopsis. Stranger Things, Steven Universe, Avatar: Last Airbender, Freakies,
Mm.
Mm,
Pyramid.
super
Yeah.
chill.
Pyramids are gross.
Are they?
I don't know. So says he.
Actually, no, I voted for a stay.
Childhood memories.
Yeah, kids are dumb.
No, they're not.
We all hated being kids. Kill
I
the
didn't.
kids.
Kill the kids.
It's the only way we can save them from their cringy selves.
Oh man, kids are just themselves. You're just they don't. I don't know.
Yeah, they ruin movies for you. And
Yeah.
Well, no, that's bad parenting. They gotta learn respect.
Yes.
When a parent brings a child under the age of 10 into a movie that on opening night, I never have ever had the urge to commit murder more than when that
Well,
Hate
you get-
going to a movie with me.
You gotta stress it to them like this is like the opening night of a movie is like the same importance of a funeral. It's like you gotta have some respect about what's going on here right now.
Mhm. You really need to respect this space. I should just turn around when I see kids in line. I'm like, hey, real quick, you need
Let
to
me just
respect
explain
this
to you.
space. I told
hands on your
them.
kneecaps getting low on them. Just
Come here, little buddy. I told them about the drug dealers giving us our allowance when we were kids.
dude, I just talked about that recently.
Yeah,
Fucking Art.
yeah, Art. That was the name of our high class drug dealer.
dang. Why you say our high class drug dealer? He's your high
Yeah.
class allowance giver.
Yeah, I
Because
guess.
it was
Get
like
the
money for the candy store.
Yeah. I like how it was really just a convenience store, but every store to a kid is just the candy store.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hella cigarettes and like
Yeah,
cages all over the windows.
exactly.
And...
Candy store.
milk and bologna over there, but at the candy store.
Milk and bologna. Oh yeah. Get a Crunch bar.
Yeah.
Those Star Crunch bars. Those are amazing. Who are these people?
Mm.
Oh yeah, these are our guests.
Greetings.
This is Cameron and Christine. You both have C names, so my brain was like trying to flip flop between.
And
Well.
you are?
I'm Jay.
Hi, Jay.
He's the one who called
Hikari's
me out.
cousin.
He called me out for saying "youch."
Yeah. I'll yell for a lot of things. A lot of calling out of each other, but that's just the nature of our friendship slash family ship. I don't even know what to say. Kinship. That is the word
It's
for
a
it.
word. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
word.
Thinking I was onto something.
There should be a word for this.
Kinship.
Do you guys all have Risk of Rain?
I do.
I
It
wish we all
doesn't
had
matter that
Had it.
me and William do because we have to go to bed.
Yeah, you
soon.
guys gotta go to bed.
it. You Swedes, and time isn't there.
I'm sorry.
I
Well-
apologize.
Before we gotta wrap up. So thank you, listeners, for joining us on this edition of the Low Stakes Lo-Fi podcast. Does anyone have anything they want to add?
Stay in school.
No. What?
Don't drink and drive.
Give the Nazis.
Stay in school. No.
Like it was
Depends on what you're
obvious.
driving to.
Yeah.
I think driving go-karts drunk is completely acceptable, or like hot air balloons.
Bad influence.
You can drive a hot air balloon drunk.
Bad influence on children, Jay.
I mean, technically, you're not driving anymore. The air is just blowing you around.
I mean, they got some kind of way of determining direction. Otherwise, that's just kind of fucking scary.
I thought you'd just go with the wind.
Mm.
I don't think so.
Well,
I mean,
it's
like,
really
how do you
just up
steer
and
that
down.
thing?
Airbending.
Yeah.
But what if you start getting blown around?
You just, I don't know. There must be a way to do it. Also, there's just a bunch of free souls in the air, and that's just kind of scary.
Hey Jay, I
I
feel
mean,
like we
you can go
didn't.
down.
I feel like we didn't meet our laugh quota for this one. So can you hop on that one reel real quick and?
Yes.
I don't understand what's so funny about that. And why is everybody laughing? Are you telling stories about me?
No, we were there.
We were there. You fell off your
You were
fucking
there.
one wheel.
Yeah, but not all these people know about this story.
A one wheel? A unicycle?
No.
Yes. It's basically
Advanced technology from.
it's a high tech unicycle. Thank
No,
you.
wait. Oh, one of those things that it's like a wheel that you stand on.
Yeah.
No,
like,
you guys are making me sound
A
like a nerd.
minimalist Segway.
Oh, like it's
Yeah.
like a skateboard, but with one wheel.
Oh my god, Christine, that's exactly what it is.
Oh God. But you ride one of those around? That's so cute.
Nah.
He was on the
Nah.
last podcast. He was just talking to us, and then we hear like a big crash, and he's like, "I
Yeah,
fell off on one wheel."
It was
Like,
really loud, and he fell off his fucking one wheel.
He was just
He was
like, "Why was he
standing
on it?"
You were standing up at
in
the
his
computer.
in his room, standing on the one wheel, and he fell off.
I thought you have to be going.
And I have superb balance sometimes.
Apparently not.
Super bad.
Funny story. I was riding that shit today, and it was kind of raining outside, and the wheel's in the center, so it kind of sprays up water on you. So by the time I was done my ride, it just looked like I shit my pants everywhere because it flung up mud all over my inner crotch, and
I'm
I just
telling
couldn't
you,
imagine
as
what people were.
as the honeymoon phase for this product wears off, you're gonna look at it one day and you're gonna be like, I don't want to ride this thing. I don't want to. Why did I buy this?
Never.
I was just telling them earlier about the products, how you're always excited about new things, and I'm always skeptical about things you find, like things that it's like this Italian man created a keyboard that collates all your files every time you wash your dishes. It's like I'm not into those kinds of things.
How do you come up with this stuff?
You love it. I feel
Seems
like
efficient to me.
you see what I'm talking
How many times do you wash dishes a day? Huh? That's once a day. Your files are being organized.
It's like if it's a thing that does a thing, you love it, but I hate it because I'm like, you don't need that. I can do that thing. I don't need a thing that does a thing for me to do the thing.
Nah, man, I watch those videos of those machines that do just one. It's like the whole idea is for it to press a button or something, but it does all these other things that it needs to do.
Gold.
Or it does
Uber,
that.
what the fuck?
Man, I love the things.
Yeah.
I will never make one though.
Rube Goldberg machines.
When I get enough money, I'm gonna hire a bunch of nerds to do some shit like that for me.
A bunch of nerds.
Bunch of nerds.
Just hire Christina. She's just Superwoman.
Is she a bunch of nerds
Yes.
herself?
Better.
Mm.
Christina's actually a product that was invented by a 14-year-old genius that can fly helicopters and.
Oh, we're talking about me now. I thought
Yeah.
I was like, who's Christina?
I'm sorry,
I don't know
Christine.
what's happening.
Christine, not Christina.
What's saying the wrong names? Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You added an must not be me.
I'm gonna set myself on fire tonight. Thank you for coming to the Low Stakes Lo-Fi podcast. So buy those one wheels, buy the body pillows, for these.
I didn't
Please
mean
do
it.
not follow any of this.
For,
You didn't mean it.
for legal reasons, that's a joke.
Someone seen PewDiePie's.
Yeah, it's a good disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
you. Good night.
Toodles.
Mm.
Bye.